What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Asia session. Hopefully, you guys are doing great. I am doing absolutely amazing. Today, I did not catch any good trades on my live account, unfortunately. It was just trades on the PM session that were on my other account. So I am definitely looking to scalp this Asia session open, and here I want to give you a little overview of what I'm looking for. So you guys know wicks do the damage, bodies tell the story, and here we can see that the body of that candle closed bullish. That tells me a lot about what's most likely going to happen during the Asia session, especially since we have our framework being applied on the daily, which is an unfilled daily fair value gap. This candle closed bullish, so now I am expecting that during the Asia session, especially during the open, we will most likely see the move back towards the unfilled gap. Okay, that is what I'm seeing. We are most likely going to take out this daily high here rather than this daily low. So now it will be a question of, am I going to be, or how deep are you going to retrace? Basically, that's really the question I need to ask myself, because, wait, let me see here. Why can I not connect? I don't know why I can't connect right now. But yeah, it's really a question about how deep is the retracement going to be. But I am definitely looking for longs, and I could potentially, enter very, very soon. Very, very soon, especially at the open with micros potentially. But let me see if I can log into this first, because I don't know what's happening. I don't know why it's okay. No, it's good. Let me see. All right, sure. Okay, I should be able to share my screen again. So yeah, I'm expecting the daily candle to rush to the upside. So let me see on that indicator right there. I'll put also the daily chart, and I'll put the last 4, and you'll see the reasoning. You see here the daily. If I'm on this 1 minute chart, you guys see the daily here. Very, very clean move that we're most likely going to see during the open. So I am going to try to scalp that 400-point move during Asia. So am I going to enter with minis? I don't know. Might be some micros here on that trade. There might be some micros. So here there is 50 seconds left for that open. Might throw out a trade immediately. I won't lie. I definitely like this daily close. It would surprise me if we just come down and go and sweep that previous daily low. It would be insane for me that if this would happen, basically. So now definitely looking for some sort of open to the upside. Let's see if we can engage within that. 10 seconds. I'm gonna get rid of this, but you guys know that the daily unfilled gap is my target. We're gonna let those two here sitting like this. We're on NQ. Let's see the open right there. Open up higher. How big is this? I'm gonna try this actually. I'll enter 5 micros actually. You know what? I'll just enter 5 micros right there, or like 3, and I'll add to my position. Entered micros. We're only gonna put the daily one on this one. Only gonna put the daily one. So you see here, this is the daily unfilled gap that I'm trying to target. I want to see if we can rush all the way back up to that level, those highs. So we're here entering very light, and the deeper we retrace, the more I'm going to add to this position. So you see how different those plays are. They are so different from what I usually take. So if it comes down all the way here to 78, that's a good trade for me. Hopefully we're gonna see some good profits right off of that. Lagging a little bit. It stabilize soon. That might be my French Canadian Wi-Fi. Gotta blame them. Right. I kind of feel like a no stop loss butcher right now. Kind of feel like him. Also trading the move right at the open. It's once it comes down all the way here, I'm gonna add another 3, so my average will be pretty good. But it's a play off of the daily, so I'm literally only looking at the 15 and the hourly basically. No stop loss butcher. Let's see if I can add 2 here. I want to add 2 here. Hopefully I'm not buying into a falling knife. Let me see the fib here. What the fib is saying. You see 50% is here of that previous daily range. So this is a huge level. This is a level where we might chop for a long time. So we did open up lower using the 6 p.m. candle just as a fake out. Once it comes back down here, I'm gonna buy again. The World Cup, no. I'm in micros and I want to enter for like maybe, I mean, I think 3 micros was kind of a lot. Wait, let me see. Yeah, it's quite a lot. It is definitely a lot. Thank God I did not enter 1 mini. Would have gotten smoked now. But on the DCA, it will be better. It will 100% be better. So hourly candle opens up, drives down. We might see those lows being taken out, us tapping into that 1 hour for value gap. So we'll see, but it's a bigger picture play. I give myself 2 tries. If this doesn't work, then literally top tick. I top tick the market right there. Some lag here. It will definitely take a while. It is a bigger picture play. I wanna be in one full mini on that one. I really trust it. I don't know how long it's gonna take though. That's really the thing. I want to be, my goal is to be in 1 full mini and then have my stop loss at like 33, maybe risk like 2.5. Did Sputnik make it? No, he didn't. Fortunately, he didn't. Am I full lagging right now? Is it me? Yeah, he did have an amazing run, actually. Very proud of him. He, placing fourth in a tournament like this is crazy. The amount of competition there. You see, like, just the guy he faced made $8,000 the day. It's like, yeah. I'm gonna add one more here. The rest of the ads will be way deeper within the range. It's like literally a 30-minute play. Literally a 30-minute play. But once I'm gonna start adding to my position on the way down, so maybe like 79 here, it will give me a better risk to win. No gold. Let me see gold. Gold doesn't look bad for a long. It actually looks very good for a long. I won't lie. Definitely looks very good for a long. I don't know how it moves though. It moves well. I'm literally stacking contracts as price is going down. I'm playing off of the higher time frame framework. Basically just playing off of this hourly. Hey Moss, I want to long it too. Do you know any good key levels? Could bounce from literally any areas right there. My job is to be on side here, so that's why I'm gonna add while price is going down, because my draws to the upside. I truly believe in the fact that the next daily candle will expand to the upside, and once we're past 50% of that wick, we'll start accelerating back towards the gap. How long is it going to take before we actually get there? That's the question. We could be sitting in drawdown for literally the whole Asian session, especially like from 8:30 to now, 8:30 to 5:55 to 8:30. We could be sitting in drawdown literally. Yeah, so my goal is to get back towards this daily gap. Literally. That's my only goal. So here, the daily for me is aligned with the hourly. So that's why I'm on an hourly chart and, sizing while price is going to the opposite side. So I would say like the best level, if you're, let's say, if I was not in the trade already, the best level would be 27, would be the slow. Entering below the slow, trying to catch that push. I just shorted, made some money. Nice. Made some money on. I want to try competing in the next Grand Cup. There will definitely be one. I don't know when though, because those tournaments are pretty big. So it takes a lot of time, a lot of good marketing. There's a lot of things that go into that. And I think like the World Cup, the Tradeify's World Cup, basically trading World Cup, how they do it, they want it to be a big event. You know, they don't want it to be something that occurs every month. They want it to be a big event. Yeah. Let me see here. How's the quality though right now? Is the quality better than a few minutes ago? So sitting in this range on the hourly, I want to see us definitely respect this gap 100%. The thing that could happen for sure is us retracing deeper within that range and accumulating and then pumping to the upside. That would be like an overnight trade for me, 100%. That would literally be an overnight trade. It's mine. I think it's mine. Wait, let me come back. Let me see what I can fix here. 2 seconds. Of course, another play you can always catch within that would be, to wait for the reaction from the gap, and once we flip back above the daily open, you add. But here, if you do this, basically you can get caught with a resweep. So did you go live yesterday? No, I didn't. I actually didn't. Quality now just got so much better. Hopefully. Yeah. I went live today though on my normal segment, which is the trading floor. Had a great session there for sure. Like there was hella good questions, talked about psychology. A lot of people were just giving me some questions to think about for sure. What's up, Bridge? How you doing, bro? You had a good profitable strategy. Why did you change your strategy to copy Nick's gambling? No, I swear it's the same. It's the same. It's just on a higher time frame. It is just on a higher time frame. I'm trying to catch this daily range here. So, it is not a quick scalp. It will take some time. It is on the hourly. So it's an hourly trade. Of course, I entered aggressively off of the first candle, first 1 minute bar, but it's part of the play. Trust. It's part of the play. So once it comes down all the way to 55, 55 will be like my max position. That's what we're gonna do. There's the 4-hour gap. 4-hour gap is a very good area to potentially add. There's literally a top taking W right there for sure. Who said you're long? Why? I'm long on micros. It's alright. Don't worry. We're catching the bounce, bro. We're catching the bounce from this 4 hour. It's a daily play. I really don't mind. I really don't mind catching the heat here. I'm gonna DCA right until like 191 and then have a stop like at 09. Should be good for us. If it's a scenario where we go all the way back down towards the daily low, that would be crazy. Yeah, it's a totally different approach. Stop loss, I'm only gonna know my stop loss basement once I'm in full size, which is 1 mini. Alright. Yeah, the drawdown hurts for sure, but once you get the first bounce, you're immediately in profits. Can you explain how do you identify gaps? Yeah, for sure. So a gap, let's say here in this scenario, my thesis is, because when I'm in the Asia session, I trade off of the daily close, okay? So here my thesis is we closed bullish right above the opening price. We had a failure swing with the previous daily low. We closed back within the range. That is showing me that the last day had plenty of buyers, okay? It was controlled by the buyers. So then I need to look at the context of the market. We displayed so aggressively within the last 3 days that the sellers here were in control and the buyers did not get a fair exchange. So here, this level for me has low volume. So in terms of the daily chart, I would want to see this zone, this unfilled gap being the target, basically being revisited within the next few hours, especially during the daily open, which happens at 6 p.m. So now I'm expecting that the next few candles will hit this gap. It's the next few level, okay? So I don't see us go back down into this daily low before actually tapping this gap. This is the reason why I'm taking some sort of longs here back towards this unfilled, because I judge that this is the next fuel level to then drive us back down towards the daily low if we are truly bearish, you know? So this trade definitely seems scary, which is the reason why I entered with micros, and I wouldn't have entered that with minis. I would have already been down like 5 bands right there. So we'll see. It could take a long time before it actually starts bouncing, because Asia usually acts as accumulation. Depending if we're strong on the previous close, this is also a reason why I actually entered at 6 p.m. It's because you never know when the bounce is actually going to happen. Okay, we are in that upper portion. We could open up higher and then immediately rally up to the daily high. This is why I had started here, and now the deeper the retracement, the more heavy I'm going to get in. But my conviction is we're going to get back into that gap. Okay, so how I'm going to play it, the deeper the retracement, the better the entry. So at around 192, which is here, 192, this is going to be my last DCA. And once we're here in this area, if we're not getting a bounce and we're heading back down towards the 60s, I'm immediately going to get stopped out. Okay, so like I just need a small bounce from here, get back above the daily open, and we're immediately going to see profits. And then once we start trading back above 50% of that wick, this is the moment where I will go break even and manage my position in a way where I could potentially take profits even before. Okay, so that's the game plan. Of course, it's a different framework. It's not just based on the 1 minute chart and the 15. This is based on the daily, and I think you guys know about it. When I'm trying to catch a daily high or low, you can't trade it in the same way. You got to look for your the same kind of structure that you look on the 1 minute, but on the hourly. Yes, that's really how I'm doing it. But basically, you had a question regarding the gap. What is a gap? It is a bearish gap is when the first candle down wick doesn't touch the third candle's up wick. Okay, first candle's down wick doesn't touch the third candle's up wick. Okay, so when I see this, this tells me basically that sellers were so aggressive within the last 3 days. We need to get back into that gap because it shows us inefficiency. Okay, No, don't click on this email. No. All right, don't click. Do not. It's really important. Let me see the chat here. So we are back inside that 4-hour gap here. Could potentially reject from here, or if it wants to go deeper within it and tap the 4-hour order block, I'm just gonna get in heavier, and my average will be around like 15 here within the gap, like the middle of the gap. Once I'm gonna be in 10 micros, and I will need just a small bounce, but the stop loss is gonna be tight because I'm gonna risk like what, around like 2.5 to 3K on that. Go take a look at the last short I posted. I posted 2 shorts on Instagram. Both of them are on the Tradeify channel. Let me know what you think about the indicators tier list, right? And let me know what's your top 10 there. I put the fib at number 2. I think I put VWAP at number 4. Number 3 was, I think it was, what did I put at number 3? I don't remember. I put price action, just raw price action at number 1. So let me know how, let me know your tier list. Let me know if you would have put in MACD at 10. Because for me, MACD, RSI, all of those, hell no. Never using them. Do I hate on them? I will not hate you if you trade them profitably. I just think all those indicators are laggy. You know, I just think all those indicators are showing up like they look like they're good when you're backtesting it because price is already taken up. You know, you're seeing already the reversal happening. So you're like, oh my god, when it crossed lines, and it's oversold, let's just buy. It's a free reversal signal. But when you try to do it in real time, you just catch a falling knife. For me, the naked chart is by far the best. But yeah. All right. Let me take a look at the chat here. You did click it. Shit. I'll just try and combine everything and just mess up. Yeah, I think if you combine too many things, you're gonna be overfitting your strategy. Just adding stuff, adding like randomness that will not occur within the future. So it's better to keep it simple and just actually trade something that you can recognize every single day and have good risk management, have good psychology also. I know with my approach to say 1-to-1 risk to reward and also DCAing, so entering while, you know, keep adding contracts while price is going in the opposite direction. I know that it's not for everyone, but it's for me. It works for me because I have so much conviction, such a big conviction in the targets. Okay? My conviction is in the targets and not the entry. Because for me, being right on the entry, like let's say 70% of the time, is so hard. So hard. I just want to be on side. If I can get my bounce, I'm good. So now let's see if that daily candle is actually going to form its down wick here and flip back above the open. I don't know how deep that retracement is going to be, but I like that daily bar. I like it. It's weak on ES though. Way weaker on ES. Way weaker. Even weaker on YM. We might get an internal model right there. We might actually get the unfilled gap on the 15. That would be cool. Can I enter a long on NQ while being in a long on MNQ? Do you have the right to do that? For me, fibs are not an indicator. They are more like a way to find level or expect model. Yeah, for me, how do I use fibs? It's to make sure that I'm not taken out of the position, even if we pull back to 50% or 61.8. You know, that is literally the only way I use the fib. Only reason why I use the fib. It's like, okay, where's my premium? Where's my discount? And if I enter a trade, I still want to be on side, even if it pulls back that deep. So that gives me a good understanding of where I should potentially add to my position and where my stop loss should be, you know. That works better if you have targets. If you don't have targets, let's say, and you're just purely trading off of, you know, you use a lot of intuition within your trading in general, it's hard. It's hard to do it. Like to have confidence in those fib levels. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it wouldn't be considered hedging because I'm still on the same direction. If I would have longed that unfilled on the 15, it would have been good. Someone said dump it. It might dump. I'll just enter heavier. Can you short one account and long another? No, you can't. You surely can't do that. I don't think we bottom until 225. This is a good area for a bounce. This is 100% a good area for a bounce. Where we are right now, 53. If you can get some pressure back to the upside and see that hourly bar, especially when at the 30 mark, I want to see us pump back up and get right back above the daily open. That would be amazing. I'm not too optimistic about the timing of that, you know. I just try to be on side. It could literally take the whole night for that to actually push. That's the thing. Like I'll give you an example and you will understand why I entered this trade, okay? So let's say there was a setup like this today on the 15. Let's go on NQ and I'll show it to you, okay? Let's say this is the setup. You see the setup? All right. It's kind of the same thing we're seeing. Of course, it's a little bit cleaner on the 15 because of, you know, the candlestick pattern in general, but it's kind of the same thing. So here I have an unfilled gap right above me. Okay, so the 15-minute chart gives me the direction of that gap. Okay, it gives me the direction of the trade that I'm going to take within the next 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, sellers were way too aggressive. Buyers did not get a fair exchange. This area has low volume. The next stop should be that gap before that low. Okay, or even if we are going to be bearish for the next 15 minutes, we would need to get back into that gap to have enough fuel to push to the downside. That's mainly my framework behind it. So then I scale down to the 1. But then the 1 minute chart here looks very good. Basically, we created that inversion gap. For me, we could definitely long back towards that unfilled. Okay, let's say like this. Okay. Boom. And then, you know, manage your stop in the way that you wanna play it, but something that looks like this in those lines. Okay. And you hit your target. But that's the same thing that I'm taking, but on the daily chart. Because that 1 minute, yes, it aligns with the 15, but what is aligning with the daily? It's the 1 hour. So then if I scale down to the 1, then currently I'm seeing a buy model. You know, I am seeing breaks of structures to the upside. I am seeing an inversion gap here. I am seeing my order block being formed, the 4-hour gap right below me. It's like, if I don't enter now and it pumps back up and I was able to have the read, then I would tell myself something, you know. But it is literally the same framework, just a different approach, entering with micros. If you have a daily target and you truly have a lot of conviction in it being taken out, then use micros to enter. You know, it's that simple. So here, still in this trade, you see it's the hourly. We're rejecting from that 4-hour gap. Same thing, it's my buy model. I am looking for longs back into that daily unfilled gap. I am predicting that we're going to put in some sort of lows here. We're going to put in the low of that daily bar, flip back above the opening price, accept above 50% of that wick, and then go and see that gap. But if I don't enter here, and let's say I wait for the break, then any pullbacks could kill me. That's really what I was telling you guys about. Okay, I could wait for confirmations on the hourly or the 15, but for me, if I have such conviction on the daily draw, then it's better for me to just literally enter and average down into that position rather than just trying to look for a confirmation and then faked out, and then we put in the low of that daily bar and actually push up, you know. So that's how I'm playing it right here. Could get absolutely smoked and could have the wrong bias on the daily, but truly, this is how I read the market, you know. So yep. You sound like a scientist. I just studied the anatomy of a candle, you know. How does it open? How does it close? The mean, the wick mean. I think I lagged for a second. Definitely need a recess, I think, for sure. That is way too laggy. I was never doing this before, too. Let me see the comments in the chat here. So basically just trading off of the same exact framework that I would use for a scalp, but trim the size so much that it becomes a scalp but on the daily. I entered micros to make it turn as a scalp. Moss, you use any liquidity concepts in your framework? Yes, I use them, but not like everyone else. I will not just scale down to a 15-minute chart, mark a high and a low, and wait for a rejection of it to then enter a trade. For me, it's too subjective. I prefer candles closing, showing me direction, and then me taking, having my bias from them. So like, let's say a lot of people will enter longs here because there's a gap, we swept liquidity, and there's, trend line liquidity above. For me, it's too subjective. I can't trade that way because I am not able to replicate those kind of trades. It's hard for me. So what I like doing is basing myself off of a higher time frame candle to get my bias, then, purely trading off of that. Like, liquidity is good, but I really don't use it as, as everyone else. Truly use it in a completely different way. Yeah, use highs and lows as targets for sure. 100%. Always. But it's the reason why I entered a trade was never because of liquidity or, equal highs, equal lows. It's never because of that. Never. Asian session, if market goes above or below previous day's close, that would be trend for Asia session. Right now, we are below the previous day's close. I'm treating in the opposite way. For me, if we're below the daily open of the current day, we're currently in a discounted zone. So I'm looking for buys. If there is a clear target above me that is telling me we have a lot of chances of filling it, that's my take. But if we're above the daily open, we're currently in premium. I always see premium and discount on the candle that is fluctuating that I am trying to trade and trying to predict, which is very weird. I know. It's like people will take usually fibs from highs and lows. Yes, I do this also. Let's say I'll take from this high to this low. It's very good. Of course, I will take this into account, but it's not because we're below the daily open currently that it will remain like this. I am actually predicting that we're going to put in some sort of lows here to flip back above the open. So you see how I'm not even scaling down to the, 5, 15, 1 minute chart? Because it doesn't truly matter here on the one. Like, it could chop, it could go all the way back down to fill me again. I'd rather stay on the hourly. On this trade though, you're not gonna see me stare at an hourly chart the whole time, every time. This could be an overnight trade. Yeah, this could be an overnight trade. This could end up easily being an overnight trade. I like that. I like when people answer longs. Let's go. No, I'll have a stop. I'll definitely have a stop. Moss, are you adding to your winning position? And if you do, how? I don't. I never add to my winning position because it gives me a worst average. And if I do this, then I'm screwed. Moss, this is your first trade? Yes, that is my first trade. Currently lagging a little bit, so hopefully it stabilizes in the next few minutes. Because I really, want to get deep. into the reason why I entered this trade. I explained that trade for sure like 15 times already, but you know, want to get some conversations going, and it's better if my camera's not lagging, you know. It's alright, anyways. How did you guys do today, though? Are you guys green, red, break even? I just requested, so I received today another payout from my live account on Tradeify. I received $3,908. So that $8 I wanted, give me my $8. Give me my $8. But yeah, I think it's I'm at 8,500 US in the last 35 days, I think. So it's pretty good. Been pretty good, pretty consistent. Yeah, pretty happy in general. Yeah. So I still need to get past a certain point to start risking more than what I'm doing. I'm currently risking around like $1,000 to $2,000 per trade, which is good. You know, you're gonna be able to request payouts, but it's not to the point where I want to bring that live account. So we'll see. But you see, let's say in general, okay, what I make in a month is close to like 4 to like 6 R's. Okay, what is an R multiple? It is how much you risk per trade. Okay, so let's say for me, I make between 4 to 6 times what I risk per trade. So let's say I risk 2,000, then if I make 4 R's on the month, since I have a 1-to-1 risk to reward and I risk the same amount as I'm willing to make, I'm gonna make 8K. So you can see that, let's say within the last 35 days, I made 4.5 R's, which is exactly what my data shows me that I'm able to produce, you know, um, on average in a normal month. Okay, there will be months for sure, and I don't expect the summer months to be like this. They are usually the opposite for the strategy that I'm currently trading. That will give me way more than 4 to 6 R's, and there's gonna be months that are gonna give me less and maybe even negative, you know. So um, if I keep trading the same way that I do, and I have the confidence and the market just meets with my strategy, I will keep making between 4 to 8K per month with that live account, risking between $1 to $2,000 per trade, which is amazing. You know, it's amazing. But at a certain point, once I reach around like what 30 to 40K in that live account, I will start sizing up like crazy and crazy. I would say like 4 to 5K per trade. And you see, like I will risk 4 to 5K to make 4 to 5K, which some people will call me actually crazy for doing this, but this is what I believe. This is the type of trading that got me there in the first place, so I'm not going to switch anything, you know. So yeah, pretty happy with the way that I'm managing that live account. And yeah, so currently I don't know how much I'm sitting in total payouts though with Tradeify, but has to be good. Has to be good now with the live payouts. Let me see. Now I didn't take any trades on my live account. No. So I didn't post. Currently building up my personal funded account. Nice. That's cool. Make sure to build it with Slay Market. All right. Just funnel your payouts into a live account from Tradeify. That's the best. If I get back on Sim, that's 100% what I'll try to do. Why not copy trade a Moss? Then you can still keep risk where it is now. Yeah, that's actually what I'm doing. No. Like I take them into account too. When I say that I risk $2,000 per trade. 1-3, lost 1. Sheesh. That's good. Amos, go to the 1 minute Menya. That's a Russian guy right there. Menya. That's Lumi taught me this. Now I know MNA what MNA means. Was I right? Menya. What does Menya mean? I don't even remember. See, like it's like I don't know. I'm green on my account. I'm heavy on the combine. I'm in heavy on the combine. Let's hope that works. Let's hope that works. It should bounce off the 1 hour for value gap, create structure, enter after the BOS. How you like to do it? For me, I want to enter within that wick. It's better. Moss, why are you so goated? Why are you so goated, brother? You're the GOAT. You said, I mean men. I thought you were Russian. The Russian say MNA. Hopefully there's a Russian who can vouch for me right now. Let me see here. I love just responding to comments in the chat or just questions. So if you have any questions regarding anything, you know, trade breakdown, strategies, approach, business plan, anything, psychology, or literally ask me a personal question. We can't get too deep though into those questions when it starts talking about, you know, there's some topics I won't go there. Just got onto the stream. Can you do a quick breakdown of why you're in longs? Yes, for sure. So here, I always say when I'm trading during the Asia session, so from 6 all the way to 8:30 p.m., I am gonna try to scalp the highs and lows of the daily candles. Okay, especially the previous daily candle that closed. So when that daily candle closes, a brand new one will open at 6 p.m. And depending on the strongness of the previous day's close, it tells me the story of what's most likely going to happen during the first 4 hours of the Asia Open. So I use the story. I use the fact that, okay, within the previous day, we closed bullish. There is plenty of buyers within that print, and I expect them to defend their positions in order to create new highs within the market. That's my first thesis. So now when I see this daily candle close, since we closed above the opening price of that daily bar, we are strong. I judge that we have more chances of seeing the high of that candle than the low. Just purely, even tomorrow morning, okay? Even if we end up chopping the whole night, I still think there is a bigger likelihood of us wiping out this high than this low, okay? I stand on it. Perfect. Then I make another analysis. What is above me, okay? What is above me, and how much chance do we have of actually tapping that level? Above me, there is what we call an unfilled gap. So on the daily chart, we display so aggressively within the last 3 days that buyers and sellers did not get a fair exchange. Sellers were way too aggressive. So now, in terms of volume, this area has low volume. So from 148 all the way to 38 here, 738. So within that level right there, I want to I'm basically predicting that this area of low volume will be the next fuel level of the market, especially since this candle is showing me aggression from those buyers within the last day. So using this analysis, using the fact that there's a gap above me, which is a fuel level, and using the fact that the previous daily bar closed aggressive and bullish, I am anticipating that we're going to put down the down wick, so basically the low of a future bullish candle, flip back above the opening price and tap within that daily gap. So why am I answering with micros? Why am I engaging in the way that I'm doing, which is DCAing it within the trade? Is because since I have a daily target, then my entry needs to be on the hourly. I am not looking to trade off of a 5-minute chart, a 15-minute chart. If I have a daily target and I want this daily target to get tapped into, I will scale down to the hourly chart in order to find my entry. So what is my hourly chart telling me? It's telling me that it's breaking structure and it's being aggressive. So here, also, I can scale up to the 4-hour, which tells me, okay, we have a nice fair value gap on the 4-hour chart, which is the area where I expect us to bounce from, that 4-hour to flip back above its opening price, create some sort of reversal candle pointing towards the unfilled gap, and then see potentially the next 2 hours distribute to the upside. That is my thesis. This is the reasoning why I entered this trade, and this is why I am kind of married to the long bias. I am not looking to, scalp a market structure shift on the 1, 2, 5-minute chart. No, I want to be on side. If my stop loss is wide enough to cover most of that range, this is what's important for me. I want to make money that way. I am not good at finding top and bottom ticks because I genuinely think it's like the hardest way of trading. Basically, it's like I have two ways of trading. There's two ways of trading. It's either you have a tight stop with a high risk to reward and you try to bottom and top tick the market, which in my opinion, you will be good for a month, 2 months with that, maybe 6 months, and then you will end up giving back all the profits. Or there's something else, which is, okay, I have a whole analysis. I understand the candle anatomy. Let me try to be on side on the next hour, on the next 15, on the next 30, have a wide stop, potentially add to my position while it's going in the opposite direction, to then have a better average, to then potentially see profits within the next hour. This is my thesis. This is how I trade. It's totally different than a lot of people, I know, but hopefully you enjoyed that. If it comes back all the way to 89, I'm gonna DCA. We could be in this trade for a long time. We could definitely be in this trade for a long time. We could literally end the session, and not even see the take profit or the stop loss being tapped into, because this is a bigger picture play. So I know I'm gonna see hella questions happening in the chat right now, so let me get ready for that. Bro, appreciate you for being here in the first place and asking me that question. That's what I'm gonna return back. Is the target the previous daily candle's high? It's the unfilled fair value gap, so yeah, it's the daily high. Price is the same on all time frames. Why not mark higher time frame levels and monitor on smaller time frame to monitor the PA? Good question. Because of fake outs. They will use, let's say you have a certain target. Okay, for me, I've always been a better trader having a sloppier entry than waiting for confirmations and breaks, because usually those breaks will just bring your average up. Okay, so let's say you will be in a position where you're premiumed instead of being discounted, and let's say you enter here. Those shifts in market structure are made to generate buyers and sellers in the market. They're basically made for participants to step in. So here, once you create that shift, you can easily get faked out, your stop loss being literally the downwick of that daily bar to then push up. If you enter with limits, of course you can get trapped into buying a falling knife. It will happen, and just take the loss and walk away. It's not that deep. But one thing I know is that if you're always monitoring those lower time frames, then it's like you can't be right on the timing. It's like if you're right on the timing, yes, you're right now, but it works until it doesn't. That's just my view, my take on the market. It's like, for me, timing and like having the best precise entry is is not what I'm looking within this market. You know, I'm looking to get. So you see, right back within that hourly, we're back above the opening price, not almost back above the opening price. So here we formed the down wick of that daily bar. Hopefully we're going to see a nice push above that daily open. There will be a lot of sellers stepping in within that daily open for sure, because especially seeing that first move, it was being very aggressive right at the open. So now pulled back to the upside. Hopefully we start pushing very aggressively right here, seeing some ground to the upside. So then I could anticipate this low being protected and being in a trade that will potentially be a monster trade. Hopefully. Hopefully. Yep. That's the analysis. The Mexican dance. Appreciate you, my brother. Let me see other comments. Fiending for those comments. Should everyone copy your trade? Bro. Since you're sure it will be a winner. I am definitely not sure it will be a winner. And that's the reason why I will have a stop loss. And if I lose, I'll walk away. So non-financial advice. That's for sure. That's for sure. That's my analysis, my way of viewing the market. Well, that freeze was crazy. Let me see other comments right there. What do I need to do to stop losing accounts? I make money but end up losing them. If you make money on an account and end up losing those accounts, I talked about it earlier today, but it's all based on your level of preparation, how much you know your model, and how much faith you have in it actually making you money and generating you positive expected value. If you don't have any trust because you don't have any proof behind why you can trust it and why you can trade that system every single day, and you can actually lean on it even in hard times, then you need to do something far more important than trading, which is backtesting and gathering data and making sure that you have the skill first. I think that is the number one thing that will make you stop blowing accounts, is having big confidence in the edge that you're trading. 100%. If you don't have any confidence, we'll just keep on clicking those buttons until the account is blown. That 4-hour gap ended up being such a good entry, actually. I don't know why I'm spiking so much. I'm gonna call my those Wi-Fi providers and freaking Kenders. They suck, bro. I don't know if it's on my end. They suck. It is definitely. I saw it earlier too. Moss, blink your left eye if you like tortas, and right eye if you like snow bunnies. All right, brother. Oh my god. Don't try this at home, kids. This is high level shit. Yep. Let's see this comment. Amaz, bro, I actually love your videos. This type of trading suits my personality so much more relaxed compared to trying to scalp and frying my brain. Amazing. I like that. That's good. Amazing, brother. It's, you know what it's called? It's called trading based on targets. When you have targets and you can explain why someone who's going against you right now would lose over the long run, then you will have a system that you will not necessarily be triggered to blowing accounts or to revenge trade or having all those psychology issues. When your system in general is based on targets and the fact that, okay, we should go from A to B because of this and that, it all changes. It's when you don't have any targets that you start second guessing yourself, or you don't know when or why this target is being taken out. Yeah. But you are doing the exact same thing. You are trying to bottom tick. Aren't these two? I'm not trying to bottom. Like, do I look like I'm trying to bottom tick? This is not trying to bottom tick. Trying to bottom tick would be literally waiting for the reaction from here, put your stop loss right there, and then try to reverse the whole move. I'm not trying to bottom tick. I am anticipating that we're gonna bounce from a level, but I have a wide stop. My stop loss is huge right now. It's gigantic. It's so huge. My full position is not still in. I'm still not in my full position. Like a top or bottom tick for me would be someone waiting for a reaction from a certain level, a super small push. He would put his stop loss right above this internal high and then wait for a move to get created and then take all his profits. That for me is a bottom top tick, is focusing on the importance of entries and exits, basically. Especially entries. It's focusing so much on the timing of the entry, which in my opinion is the hardest thing. It's even harder than exits. Timing of the entry is so hard. When I say hard, it's like it's hard to have an entry with a tight stop in such a liquid market. So hard. For me, if you don't have like a 20, at least like a 20 to 50 point stop, you could literally be on side but get stopped out just because of the timing aspect. Price was just not ready to get there, or price used you as liquidity and used all those guys who tried to be as aggressive as you right now to stop them out and then generate enough liquidity to push in the opposite direction, which was exactly your take profit or your bias in general. You know? So I'm not trying to bottom tick and top tick. I'm predicting that we're going to put in an internal low within that daily range. That's what I'm doing. This looks like Tyler and how he trades. Yeah, probably. Probably, for sure. For sure. Do you feel nervous with the drawdown? Such a good question. That's an amazing question. I don't feel nervous with the drawdown because I don't need that money. I think that's the best answer. I truly don't need that money. So even if I lose it, I don't mind. That's the kind of mindset I have. This trade will not change anything for me in general. Even if I lose it or I win it, it's like it doesn't change anything in my life. So I don't feel nervous. But I used to feel nervous in those trades 100%. Because sometimes I had to, sometimes I won't lie, I had to take risk that I wouldn't have been able to actually support, or like handle after, but they ended up paying off, which is great. But there was times where I was extremely stressed within a trade, or I copy traded a lot of accounts, and I was in a heavy trade that needed to print, and then printed. Sometimes it didn't, but those are usually like when I'm gonna be very anxious in a trade, is when I'm oversized, especially oversized, or yeah, it's mostly oversized. Yeah, it's like I really tried to make some bread on that day, and I'm seeing the repercussions of the drawdown. But if not, no. Can you analyze gold? Yeah, I will do the analysis on gold, but for me, it's the same thing. It's the same exact analysis on NQ and gold. There is an unfilled gap on gold. The daily bar closed bullish, showing me that on the previous day, the responsive buyers stepped in. All that wick, all this, the body of that candle should act as a wall in order to distribute to the upside. I hate saying should, but should for me. For me, you have more chances of seeing the gap than the low. That's how I see it. So how am I anticipating the next daily bar to push? Up. So if you're on side, if you can predict one daily bar, of course it's a daily bar, it's really freaking hard. But if you can be on side within that candle, and then since you were right on the prediction, and that's good. But if you're trying to catch every little, pullback here, and then you get stopped out 20 times before it actually pops, that for me is dumb. You see, it's like a totally different approach. It's like focusing so much on, all right, I want to be right, I want to be on side rather than having the perfect entry. That's my focus. And it could literally wickfill this whole hourly, and I think there's a lot of chances of that happening still. I've seen that shit happen so much in Asia. Those reversals on Asia are usually fake outs. It likes to fake out a lot, especially on the hourly. It does. Let me see other comments here. Do you analyze the 50% threshold of candles? No. All of those levels of bounce, and they're so subjective. It's like, for me, I only look at a candle and for what it is and how it's closing and what direction it's pointing and what the next one can potentially do. That's it. As simple as that. I don't, mark out the wick of a candle and, predict that it's going to reject because it's called a rejection block, or it could work, I don't have anything against it. It's just, for me, it's the subjectivity within that system in general will make me blow accounts. 100%. Man, you're the GOAT. Appreciate you, Andres. You're the GOAT. You are. We're chopping around the daily open right here. Literally right at the daily open. Pushed back towards that. Came back down. We'll see. We'll see if we're going to be forced to answer full size or not. I'm in from the bottom. Let's ride it out. Let's go. I've seen you guys answering, like telling me that you answered longs. So I hope you guys did on the 4-hour gap. I said it was basically for sure the best area to answer longs from. Thoughts on the SpaceX IPO? I can't really give you my thoughts on that. Yeah, I'm in a long position right now. you will build enough confidence the more you blow accounts. I kind of disagree with that. I think depending on how long you've been trading, you got to be careful with the amount of trauma that you put on yourself. It's like at a certain point, you will have enough of your own bullshit, you know? It's like if you keep repeating the same mistakes over and over and over and over again without learning from them, then, you know, you will not have the same tolerance on day one than after 3-4 years of trading, you know? And that is very important to understand, is like the longer you've been trading, the less tolerance you have. You see that you didn't waste, for sure. You only wasted them if you only wasted time if you stop, you know, if you quit. But in general, it's like you got to be careful with the amount of trauma that you're gonna put on yourself, you know. Because at a certain point, if you only prove to yourself that you don't respect your rules, you got to take a step back. That's my thought. And of course, I am a big believer in, okay, once you took so many stop loss and you lost so many trades, then you become numb to them. Yeah, at a certain point, by taking stop losses from actually respecting your rule or like actually respecting your plan. If you're taking stop losses from trades you shouldn't take, then you're not building anything. You're not creating any sort of value to your journey. You see how we bounced here? That's good. Am I getting, you know, how am I thinking right now? Literally, I have no sorts of feeling around it. If it starts pushing back above 52, 57, and we are inside that daily wick and accepting above 50% of it, then I'm gonna put my stop loss to break even, because I'll judge that this low is protected. Until then, it could pull back, could go deeper, it could go at 90, it could go do anything, literally. And we could literally react to that gap, form a down close candle, break, and then accumulate here, boom, pushes back up. Yeah, so pretty much it. Sorry for the laggy cam. I will definitely work on that tonight. I think it's just my router. I just need to reset it. I kind of need to reset it every month, and I think I forgot because I was in Miami. So yeah, so now you got to see my blurry face instead of a clean face. It's alright. It's alright for tonight. You can still ask the questions though. Still ask the questions. What you said? Wait. What a great trade in the market analysis. Let's go. Let's hope it hits the target and not my stop loss, because this comment will quickly flip into a threat. What do you like to do for fun? Ooh, that's a good question. What I like to do for fun? I'm a pretty boring guy. I like to play sports. I like to hang out with my friends. Restaurants. I love restaurants. I love eating out. What else? I would say that's pretty much it, you know. I don't go out, but when I go out, I make it count, you know. Definitely make it count. But in general, sports, you know, play volleyball, tennis, you know, soccer, just anything in the summer with my friends. And restaurants for sure. That's what I do for fun. I go to the gym for sure, but I find it boring, so I don't say it's fun. It's like it's more of something I'm forced to duty, you know. It's definitely not fun. Going to the gym is not fun. The feeling after the gym is fun, of knowing that you went to the gym. That's fun. But the gym, I would rather play a sport all day. What you just said is bang on. Having targets, my problem has always been I don't know where the TP is and where to have my stop loss. That's good. If you know now that that's your problem, then work on it. But I think 100% having targets makes your trading will make your trading far better. You will have perimeters that you will see why it's not being taken out, why it's being taken out so fast, why it's taking so long to be taken out. And then when you're going to have all this data, then you're going to be smarter, then you're going to be more aware. But until then, it's like you're blending in so much information that don't really make sense since you don't even have a target in the first place. You're literally gambling. How would you describe your strategy? I see it's very different from what most people do, and you mainly go after targets. But what confluences? I look at a candle closing. Okay, I look at a candle, the area that it closed. Okay, was it bullish? Was it bearish? What's above me? Is there a gap? If there's no gaps, it's different. And when that candle shows me the story, then I make a prediction on the next candle of the same time frame I'm looking at. So let's say a 15-minute bar closes aggressive and breaks structure to the upside. Then when I see this, I'm like, okay, now I'm going to look for cues for that potential candle, so that next 15-minute cycle, 15-minute bar to print in the same direction. So the open of that candle is important. The aggressiveness within certain levels are very important for me too. So what is above me? How did my candle close? What do I think the next candle will, how do I think the next candle will print? Once I know all these informations, I take it. There will be days where I will not take anything because it will be a hard read. It will be hard to have a read on the market, and I don't mind those days, but it's definitely different for a lot of people. A lot of people want to feel like a trader and take those trades and like take 2, 3, 4 trades in a day, which, you know, I think sticking to 1, 2 max is the best. Do you think a professional trader can trade any pair on the market? Good question. With adaptations, would he have the same results? Would he be as good as other assets? Probably not. But I think once you reach a certain level of understanding, you could switch to another asset and still make money, but you still have that whole learning curve again. You got to keep in mind that data is the driving factor of everything. So if you're switching assets, then you will need to switch things within your strategy. Even if you understand the market mechanics so well, every assets move differently, especially if there's a catalyst. So if there's a war, if there's, if it's Trump that is a president, or if it's Biden, or if this and that, there's a lot of different market regimes, and you need to study them for switching assets. Because gold, even if you understand candlesticks and how they move, trading gold is very different from NQ in terms of timing and in terms of targets. Because in my opinion, on a pair like NQ, or like an asset like NQ or ES, it is an asset that is very good to scalp because it tends to have huge consolidation phases. A lot of consolidation. When gold has what we call price discovery, it actually moves and displaces sometimes for months and months, and actually has good price discovery. It has some sort of trend, when, let's say, I'll show you on the daily chart on NQ. It's like, of course, yes, right here we saw an unidirectional move for 8,000 points, which was historical. But within that, if we take a look at literally the whole year, it's like, yes, there is some direction, but there's a lot of big consolidation phases. And within that, if you don't know how to scalp, you're cooked. You're literally cooked. If you always try to predict the daily range, you're literally cooked. Within that whole year, you're cooked. not even a year. It's like, if it's not going in a direction, you're gonna get fried. So that's why I think it's very important to know how to do both. It's like, be versatile. It's like, you know how to scalp, you know how to hold your trade for longer, but you also know when to do those. For sure. What a great question. That was a great question. Had to leave and come back to see you are the GOAT of all goats. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you for being 571 with, even with a lagging cam. That tells me a lot. You guys are the goats. You guys are the goats. How long have you been trading for? 4 years. But my 4 years is probably most people's 10 to 15. Because I've been doing it full time since the first day. No responsibilities, no kids, no school, nothing. Nothing. Of course, yes, I had school, but like, if you're not a doctor or an engineer, or like you have, let's say, if your studies are not that deep, you don't need to study like that. Yeah, it's kind of easy. I won't lie. I don't want to sound like that guy, but it is for sure easier. It is for sure easier. It was for me. You know, so it was like, school was never truly something. You know? Bro, we must go down. I don't know why we don't go to sell side. Amazing. Where are you from? From Canada. No risk, no story. Yeah, for sure. Oh, is you Canadian, right? Yeah. I am Canadian. Yeah, just remember, this is not financial advice, literally. Why did you choose trading and not other option like drop shipping or something else? Okay, good question. Okay, so at like 17 years old, I'm currently gonna turn 23 in a month. So at 17, this is where I had a lot of different information being thrown at me, okay, from social media, from, you know, people, from my friends, basically starting a business online. And I've had a lot of debates on starting something like e-commerce, and, you know, I would say I'm pretty happy that I didn't, because there is a lot. It's such a different business model, and I truly wanted to trade in the first place because I view that as a video game. And when I was talking to my friends who were doing e-commerce at that time, they were starting to do well. They're still doing well, but at that time they were starting to do well, and they told me they had a lot of problems with the payment processors. So like, PayPal would strike their accounts. They would get held a lot of money, a lot of chargebacks. So I was literally looking at the business model. I was like, all of that, you know, all of that, you know, lawsuits. I was like, shit. All right, you know, I basically saw that there was a lot of factors of, first, luck and timing. Second, there was a lot of factors that were gonna make your business go down potentially, since they're holding you money, and since, you know, it's pretty shady in that sense, you know. So that's pretty much the reason why I never went on the e-commerce side, even if I have friends that are doing that successfully. But yeah, pretty happy that I didn't chose that path, because we never know, though. We never know. But I truly saw trading as something with basically having no employees, you being the own boss, you managing your stuff. So that was very appealing to me in the first place. Gold, yeah, I would long gold. Like, a good gold long for me would be this. For me, if you get a pullback all the way to 17, sheesh, that is a good long on gold right there. Can you explain why Tradeify has not moved you to live? They did. I literally requested $8,500 with my live account already within the last month, last 35 days. Any giveaways? Yeah, we can do a giveaway for sure. Okay, make sure to like the stream. Let's do 300 likes. Shit, I forgot. Let's do 300 likes. At 300 likes, we're gonna do a 150k select. So make sure to like the stream, subscribe to the channel. Having a great conversation. Appreciate you guys for staying and being active in the chat. That means a lot. 100%. I love those sessions. Asia is. I did not think I would like Asia so much, but I do. The chat is very good. So like the stream, chat. Where's your TP? My TP is within the unfilled gap. My TP is here. My TP is 350 points. Of course, you can catch a piece of the pie here and, trim your risk within that. It is a bigger picture play. It will take, we could open up tomorrow during the New York session. Literally, we could open up tomorrow and still be hanging within the daily open. Literally. The timing is the hardest thing. You never know when it's going to bounce. But the level it could bounce from, you can. But the timing, no. The timing, no. For me. Especially on the daily. Well, it could wipe out this high right now, or it could wipe it out during the London session. It could wipe it out during the New York session. So that's currently the trade I'm in. Where's the box tool you just used? This one? It's just a rectangle. It's this one. I just use it to mark out the gaps and make people understand my analysis. But currently we have an unfilled gap on the hourly. Same kind of analysis. We could go down, wick fill aggressively, and then pump back up towards that gap. What's happening right now? Is there a news? That looks like a news. Chat. You see what's happening, chat? What's that? 7:30. Impressive rectangle. Yeah, it's going crazy right now. Tap back into the gap. You see, those are the kind of manipulation that you will get stopped out if your stop loss is too tight, which I really don't. I don't value a tight stop at all. Oh, 7:30 already. All right, let me go to the bathroom real quick. Coming back. Going to the bathroom with no stop loss on MNQ on your live account during a market. You're funny. That was funny. That was actually funny, bro. Yeah, that wick was crazy. It started to be very it's starting to be very volatile right now. Might be some news. We're gonna stick on the 5-minute chart, even if I prefer staying on the hourly, but we're gonna stick on the 5. Looks cleaner. That was funny, not gonna lie. What is your target? The daily gap, so the daily high. So it's like about 400 points to the upside. Clearly here. Wait. How's the series Knicks against Spurs? Wait, let me see. Oh my god. Game 3. Come on, Wemby. Getting fried by Brunson, brother. Where are you from, Tony? Are you from New York? Okay. Dodgy, what's up, brother? Fucking lagging right now. How you doing, Ryan? Yeah, we're answering some longs. We've been in the long. I'm targeting the unfilled daily gap. So like it could be an overnight trade. Really. Not really mine. How you doing, bro? Are you in Miami right now? Yeah, it is a 15-minute IFVG though, you're right. Sheesh. We got the dodgy longs here. Dodgy longs. Damn, yeah, they might work. It might actually work. Barcelona, okay. Yeah, that was a picture perfect play. If you were looking at the 4-hour gap being tapped into, daily opened up lower, so you're in discount. Tapped into the 4-hour gap, swept it, 15-minute unfilled, right back into it, then inverse it. And it's like, sheesh. Like there was also a way to catch that long from here to there, take profits, and then once that gap gets closed through, from here to there. I think, bro, I was in since 6 p.m. on the first 1-minute bar. I was literally in on the first 1-minute bar of the market open. Literally. It was like I'm taking a daily play on micros. Dodgy, mentor me for free, I'll cover flight, and I'm profitable. I would rather travel the world. We're at 218 likes. At 300, I'm gonna do 150k select account giveaway. All right. So smash that like button. Also, we have Ryan in the chat right now. Dodgy giving us a long signal right there. We lose, we gotta blame, you know. I think he might take profits right there. This isn't your normal model. No, this is not my normal model. It was just a coincidence, literally. It was actually a coincidence. 495. 495 right here. Okay. I like that on the hourly order block. My TP, I don't even have a TP right now. My TP is that daily high. It's really that daily high. But the thing is, like, once you're on site like this and it starts pushing right back above the daily open, you can do whatever. You can go risk free, turn this into a stop. Do you stream on your personal channel? No. I chose to stream for Brett, my brother. Chose to stream for Brett, my brother. You know. On my account, I literally, my short form content on my YouTube is going nuts. So gas right now. Right now, I'm gonna be on a heater though. Literally today, I did not leave my room until 5 p.m. and I entered this room at 9:50. I ate a watermelon, like some watermelon and an orange. Went back to stream here and I'm done at 8:30 and then gonna record some more. That's the kind of grind I'm in right now. Summer grind, right? Summer grind. We're getting dopamine from working, right? From hitting trades and from making banger videos, banger shorts. But there's a big level of satisfaction with being tired when you're going to sleep. 100%. Did you eat fried chicken too? I didn't mean to fucking read. I got baited. Time him out. Time him out, bro. Time him out. That guy's crazy, bro. I could definitely sell one here and sell another one at 71. Oh my god. You guys are fucking crazy. What's your Instagram, Amos? It's Amos PFT. Write it down. Amos, I think it's Amos.pft. That's Amos.pft on Instagram. That's my Instagram. But my YouTube, I literally type with my YouTube channel right there. Well, big rejection here from that hourly. Definitely something we could have expected to see some bounce from the hourly gap. We need to see those buyers step in again within that candle fluctuating to push higher. Once that hourly candle closes, I will definitely think about trimming the risk and looking to turn that into potentially a scalp, depending. Collecting data day and night, bro. You are literally. How long are you practicing? Like, how much time are you practicing in a day, Habibis? And are you in? You're in my Discord, right? Pretty sure you are. Or if someone has the same name, maybe I don't know. You're shooting high up. Yep. We're talking about rejection blocks. This is technically a rejection block on the 15-minute. Let me see. Right here? Where? This one? For me, that's a rejection block. Those two candles. Or like this one would be one. Right there. When do you decide to move your stop loss to break-even? That's a good question. Usually, if I have that big of a framework like this, it would be once we're above 50% of the wick. So here. Once we start trading above 98, I'm break-even. Or already looking to take out some profits. So here, 98. Close some profit. No. No. I was literally in a $900 drawdown. I'm not closing at 200, bro. That is crazy. I got clawed to your backtest on your 15-minute setup over a year. How did it do? Was it good? Join your Discord and sub to your YouTube. Damn, appreciate you, brother. Yeesh. Looks like Ryan's gonna take the short there. Ryan's gonna take the short from here all the way to that data wick here. Are you? Ryan, if you're still here, give them the calm. Give them the calm. Anything above a 3 profit factor is overfit. It's like it has no chance of actually working in the live market. If you have 3 profit factor, it means that you blend in some noise. You will get screwed. That's the rule. You can't have a 3. Your profit factor cannot be above like 2 or like 1.8. Maybe it can, but you might be the smartest human in this world. Win, lose, close now. I am not closing this trade, bro. I am never closing this trade. I'm literally holding it overnight. I'm holding this trade until it takes out the previous day low. Literally. An IQ too high. Did we hit the light goal? I said 300, bro. You said it's 250. It's at 251. We did not hit the light goal. Price is actually dying right now. What is happening? Is this called a swing trade? we call this an intraday trade. We definitely call this an intraday trade. Like I will hold it throughout overnight. the overnight session, because I believe the overnight session is going to drag towards that gap rather than the internal low. I literally said 300. Come back, bro. Go back to the recording. I swear on everything I said 300. Yeah, I'm not tripping. So you said you will hold overnight, so it's intraday. Yeah, it's still intraday. A swing trade is when you're holding more than 24 hours, like multiple days, weeks. Position trading. We are professional here. Is this a buy position or a sell position? This is a buy position. It chose to be a pretty choppy Asia session for now. First hour ends up being a nice reversal candle. New one opens up higher, back into the gap. You see, like, those moves from the close to the gap is not a bad scalp always. You know, I called it. But I chose to enter micros and ride it all the way to the daily high. There is 30 minutes left for that framework to work out a little bit more. So, like, we would say 40. We'll see how that goes. See how that goes. If that candle closes in the way that it's currently doing, we might be in for a pretty deep retracement. We might be in for a deep retracement. Give away some free lessons from Amos. Ask me a question. It's literally a free handout. Free lesson. Keep asking questions, chat. It's the best. When you guys are asking questions. Let me see if there's more. Moss, my brother, you'll be in this trade till New York Open. I might. I actually might. I did take trades like those on my live accounts. And I remember one. It was horrible. I was in at the daily open, so at 6 p.m. I entered longs. Went to the upside very aggressively. It was doing well. Went to sleep. I woke up the next day. For some reason, I woke up so late. Or like 9:50, 9:55. And it went up 300 points from the Asia Asia Open all the way to the New York Open, and from 9:40 to 10:15 I was back break even. Literally. And that was on my live account with Tradeify too. So yeah, sometimes it does take a long time before it hits. What training has helped you the most? Training in terms of like trading content, courses, etc. Like, is that what you're referring to? If yes, I mean, I really believe in self-teaching. The best teacher is yourself. That's my opinion. So a lot of, like, even if I would copy someone else's strategy, I would never truly have the confidence or it wasn't until I was building my own set of rules within the framework that someone else gave me that I truly saw a difference. So I would say learn all the basic concepts of candlesticks, power of three, session liquidity, the importance of displacement, your entry models, etc., fib levels. Once you have this, then it's all up to you. Once you have those tools. But there's no, I think there, like, copying someone else's strategy will only get you so far. It's like you really need to self-teach at a certain point. Can you walk me through how you would have traded Friday? Yeah, I can. Friday I took a short. I took a short on yes. So as you see, it's literally here, still here. So same thing. Wicks do the damage, bodies tell the story. So I look at how the first hourly candle closed from 9 to 10 to give me the story from 10 to 11. So let's say here I have this chart. I'll put the hourly, and that tells me that the first hourly candle closed bearish. What does that mean? It means that there is walls here. In the previous hours, sellers were dominating the market. That means that even if we sweep the low here of that previous candle and we start pumping to the upside, and that candle that is currently fluctuating looks bullish and looks like it's going to reverse, I am not I am not falling for that bait. Basically, I'm not gonna start predicting the market and start reversing it and predict that it's going to go to the upside. No, I'm using the previous candle as a tool to give me the direction for the next hour or two. So here, once we open on the new bar and we go down, okay, and then we start to push up very aggressively at that exact moment, okay, this is the exact moment where I anticipate the up wick of a future bearish candle to be formed. And once we're pulling back down very aggressively and we're breaking structure, disrespecting bearish PD arrays, I am going to predict that we created a protected high of the next hourly bar and then short the market all the way down. Okay, for usually a 1-to-1 risk to reward. So what ended up happening, we chop. I ended up entering on the pullback here towards 23. Okay, and as you know, I entered shorts here and I entered another short here. So my average was there. You see exactly the same kind of play. So then I had my average being here. My stop loss was a little bit wider, was like at a 1-to-1. It's here. So my initial target was this internal low. Okay, but then when we pushed down from that level, then NQ ended up sweeping the low here. So I got out for a 1-to-1 instead of holding it, but ended up crashing for the rest of the day. Is that something that is replicable in the long run, to hold your trades for so long? And I was able to catch a piece of the pie within that day, which was a short, obviously, but holding it for so long doesn't truly make sense for me. So that's how I would have played. That's how I would have played Friday. But I played it that way there, if I can say it. I made how much I made? I made like 1,790. Yeah. I made a pretty good amount on ES2 with 2 contracts. Almost 2K. It was not bad. You have it time out for this framework, or you focus on Asia only? For the daily highs and lows, Asia and London session are the best in my opinion. Usually when you wake up for the New York session, the highs and lows of the previous daily bars are already swept. Always. It's always the opposite side of the range that is not swept, which is not going to end up being swept anyways, because price is going to continue in the way that it printed in the previous day. Literally. Let me give you an example. It's like you have a daily bar. Let's say you have a daily bar that is bullish. Okay. Let's say you have a daily bar that is bullish like this. Let's say during the Asia session, which is what I'm looking for, is I'm looking for the move from the close all the way to that daily high point. Okay. So let's say usually what I just said is that when you're gonna wake up during the New York session, that high is swept already. And what most people will try to do is answering shorts to target that low, which will obviously not be taken out because of how much buying pressure there is in the market and how much buyers are ready to defend their positions within the previous daily range, you know. So then of course you can catch a piece of the pie within 50% of that previous bar, etc. But going for a previous daily high sweep and trying to reverse the market all the way to the previous low is like one of the dumbest strategy I've heard, literally. Probably the dumbest. So I favor continuations far more than reversals, and at any point, 100%. Is this an Asian pre-market? No. Like, some people didn't know it's Asia. It's actually Asia session still. Tokyo opens at 8, but the daily candle closes at 4:15 p.m. and the new one opens at 6. So that's the move I'm trying to catch. How do you show the larger blown up candles? Those ones, it's an indicator called ICT HDF candles by this guy. Tired of saying his name. Literally say it like 15 times in a day. Yeah. And then you put on the 15 and the hourly. That's usually what I'm looking for. Yeah, how much nonsense is created within that range? This is the type of nonsense I do not want to engage in. It creates a shift, disrespects it, creates an inverse, disrespects it. You don't really have that problem if you're entering on a limit, trying to just be on side. He didn't take profit? No. And I'm not. I'm not going to take profits anytime soon. You here, what did you decide to get long? Yeah, so daily bar closed bullish, showing me that yesterday biggest market participants pushed the price from the daily close here to the daily open, which was at 839 all the way to 460, which is a 624 point move. That tells me that the buyers are the one controlling the market in general. And then I look for more context of what's above me. There is a bearish fair value gap right above me, also showing me that this area has low volume, an area that is most likely going to be the next fuel level for the market to either push to the upside or to the downside. So for me, you have more chances of seeing the previous daily high than the previous daily low of that candle, which is why I am entering longs within that bar right at the daily open, a little bit below the daily open right here. And The more price comes down, the more I'll engage within the trade because I'll just have a better entry because I am married to my bias and not to the timing of the entry, basically. But that summarizes the trade that I'm in. Ooh, gold longs got triggered. The gold longs got triggered right there. Yeesh. The gold longs look clean, I won't lie. The gold longs definitely look clean. They do. If you truly want to be like a no SL butcher, you do this. You just increase the stop loss size. Once you're right here, am I chopping then ooh. Open low. Okay. We might face some heavy drawdown right here. We definitely might. Like I said, this is an hourly trade. I am going for literally a swing all the way to that daily high. And if it comes all the way back down, my next entry will be a 5 micro entry at 17. Literally. So 17, my average will be around like here, around like 14. My stop loss is going to be that internal low, take profit, that internal high. In for like what? 2.5, maybe 2.5K of risk on that one with 10 micros, which is 1 mini. That's pretty decent trade. I won't take a daily, let's say I won't start by saying I want to see the daily high being taken out and us not even seeing at least 1K in profit and pulling the trigger at 400 when I got into a $900 drawdown on that first move. Impossible. I won't do that. I engaged in this trade in the first place to see that daily high be taken out. Even if I see 300, I'm not gonna take it. You know, that's against my rules. That's a pretty aggressive open. Let me see. I think I saw a pretty good comment here. Good luck on the long. I'd be looking for a short when you lose value area low from an inside bar to test extremities of the encapsulating bar. Damn. I like that. I really like that approach. But we're gonna be fighting, my brother. We're gonna be fighting. I'm gonna go long. I'm gonna keep going long within that range. Literally. It is definitely an inside bar, which is a little bit lower probability. But in general, I would expect a daily bullish distribution. Have stuck to the gold long. Yeah, they might be taking out the 6 p.m. low. I'm not too worried about price pushing down and fluctuating here. And we'll do whatever. Don't fight this, my dear brother. I don't mind fighting it. It's part of the game. You win some, you lose some. Drawdown is part of the process, you know. You gotta be able to handle the drawdown to see some profits then. I see you longing NQ and another streamer shorting NQ. Who do I trust? Yourself. Damn, brother. Yourself. I know you're messing with me, no? No Handle J. I thought your name was Noah. No Handle J. That's a tough name. I like that. No Handle J. Sheesh. It's kind of like No Neck J. That's a tough name too. No Neck J. Who is it called? Who is it called? Yo, Moss, don't panic. Yo, Moss, don't panic, bro. Chill. Follow your rules. It'd be like that. Am I being rage baited right now? Where's the stop loss? Currently, no stop loss. Currently waiting to be in full size before entering, before putting my stop. Once I enter at, what is it, 57 here, it's a pretty big distance. Well, price is moving crazy. Pretty big distance. 286. We're still at 286 likes. For the giveaway, we need 300 likes. Make sure to like the stream. How much? 100 point. They're teaching us to trade with no stop loss. I love how that 2 hours of explanation didn't get into account. It's alright. Yes. I'll just say yes. You can't lose if you never take a loss. That's true. That's true. That's true. The reason why I don't have a stop currently is because I'm waiting to enter full size. My full size will be at 213, between 213 to 260. Debating. So here, once it pulls back to that area, I will be in extreme discount territory, which would mean that I am in the perfect, best area possible for reversal to then go back towards my previous daily high. Until then, I don't want to have my stop loss in an area where it would be the perfect entry. And that's pretty much it. So the more I retrace towards this range, the better the entry. And I just want to be on side for the next, I would say, next 8 hours or so. Good luck for your longs, bro. See you tomorrow. Shit, I think I lagged. I think I lagged for real this time. And I'm back. Like shit. Okay, yeah, we just reached a light goal. 304, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna type a word. We still don't have the bot, so you already know the drill. So the word will be no stop loss. All right, that's the word. Because I'm getting tackled for not having any stop loss. So the word is no stop loss. You can type it in the chat. I will close my eyes get up with my mouse and then select one of you guys. Okay, so within the next 30 seconds, right? And then, so the winner will win 150K select account. And then we can do another one at 400. So at 400 likes, we're doing another one. All right, so we're currently at 315. So if you want another one right back after, then spam the like button right now. We're currently down $438 on the position. Nothing. That's literally 1/4 of the size I really want to enter in this daily range. Like another, like the second entry I would want to take is this. Something like that. But the stop loss will be very tight. It will be something like this. All right, so I'm gonna select the winner. Okay, I'm closing my eyes. Let me come back all the way down. Okay, closing my eyes. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Patras Moore 6845. Patras Moore 6845. Congrats, my brother. Make sure to have your email within your YouTube description. Patras Moore. You just won 150K select account. Congrats. So you can stop spamming the word. You already won. Can you type in the chat so I know you're here? Type in the chat, type in the chat. Okay, you're here. All right, perfect. So congrats. You won a 150K select account from Tradeify. Now we need another 60 likes and I'll do another giveaway. All right, another 60 likes. Here. It's not there. We don't need too many likes. Yeah, we're good. Within the next 15 too, so not too bad. No, you didn't win. You actually didn't win. Patras Moore was the winner. Yeah, 400 likes. So 50 more. No, 400. I said we need 60 more likes, and then bro said, so 360, right, bro? Someone wrote no step loss. Bro. I swear if I pick your name and you wrote no stop loss in the wrong way, someone else is winning. I swear. All right, how much, honey? We need 40 more. 40 more and we're good. Hourly bar just closed bearish. As a reversal too. Might see some downside for some time. But this, I would say this action in general is gonna probably chop until like 10, 11 p.m. Maybe 12. And right when 12 p.m. will so like 1 a.m. we'll open up, then we'll see a move. Might be London. We might see that move happening during London actually. So one thing I would want to see is us creating a failure swing off of that 15. That would be perfect. We already went down from that hourly close, so you know the failure swing with 76 can't happen. We're already below that. So of course we could see that level push us back down. Best thing we take control of that previous 15-minute bar, we get right back above this open, we start flying. That's the best. Where are you adding again? I'm gonna add to my position at around 58. Debating whether it's 58 or 19. It will be a huge trade. It's currently in the beginning phases. Wow, that was a good. Wow, that was a good crack. What is your DLL? I don't have a DLL. I'm the DLL. I hate when people say some shit like that. That's the type of shit you say at 8:15 p.m. after trading the whole day. So we still need 35 likes. Come on, chat. We got this. Is this live? Yes, it is. Ask me a question, I'll respond right now. Go ahead. Anything. Pull out the chat here. I lost it for a second. Wi-Fi's too dog shit. Edge always move in one direction. If the 15-minute candle closed bear, always bear. Let's see. Depends. It really depends. I feel like Asia accumulates way more than distributes. Maybe in the last few months wasn't the case. No. What color is your socks? Chill, bro. When are you going back to Miami? I don't know. I actually don't know. No idea. I want to move there though. Hopefully I'll be able to. But right now my only way to move there would be to marry someone. You know? Literally. Yeah, we need 20 more likes. Come on, chat. What got you into trading? Friends that started trading, that received some payouts. And I would say just in general, I really wanted to do something else than just going to the gym and going to school. It was also a moment in life where I was like 17, 18. So a moment in life where you ask yourself a lot of questions and you really want to try put your feet into some sort of business and try it out. And the first one that I started ended up being trading. So yeah, friends, I would say social media a lot, definitely. A lot of information at that time was being pushed to start a business and to, take risks and stuff. Of course. And of course it did impact my choices. What you consume has a lot of power over you, for sure. Yeah, we'll probably go and fill that 4-hour gap again. Probably. That 4-hour closed bearish. Pointing back towards the unfilled. Tap the gap. Now is fluctuated back towards the daily open. Now it's riding down. Definitely not what I wanted to see. So we're good. We're gonna be hanging there. All right. So it's either you put your stop. So there's two ways you can play it. It's either you're in here, you have your take profit being right there, your stop loss being at 28 right here. It's already a big enough, big enough trade for sure. Like this, and you just sit on the hourly / 4 hour and let price do its thing. It will take some time before actually hitting. I don't expect it to hit within the next 2 hours or 3 hours. It is gonna be like a London trade. Or you average down to your position, which is gonna make you, in way more heavy, but it's gonna average down. And if you get a quick bounce, you can easily put your stop loss to break even. That's one thing you can do too. So depending on how you want to play it, this is my thesis on the daily range though. Asia isn't supposed to distribute. That's just a characteristic of a Trump market. Yeah, I agree. Totally agree. Come to Miami. We have alligators. Alright, brother. How many payouts have you got so far? On my live account, since I got put into a live account, I currently have 8,500 within the last 35 days. And in general with Tradeify, I think I'm close to 80,000 in payouts now. So yeah, 80,000 went fast. Went by very fast. I've been on a win streak for a week. I got funded and 2 days profitable on the funded, then blew it on the third. I feel like I want to end it. Wait. Yeah. Listen. It's part of the process, bro. It's part of the game. You're gonna blow accounts, and it's not. If you want me to be completely honest, it's not gonna be your last time too. You will blow accounts in the future too, and I think one of the characteristic that you need to have as a prop trader that you can't really have as a live trader is your ability to be comfortable with losing accounts, literally, and understanding that it's an ROI game and it's about treating it as a business and treating those accounts as costs and as basically a stocks that you have if you had a business. Sometimes you will not sell as much. Sometimes you will take you will take a loss. You will buy a product, you will try to sell it back. Unfortunately, no one will want to buy it from you. Okay, take the L, roll over. You got to bounce back. But that ability to be comfortable with losing account and understanding the business model as a whole will bring you way further than crying over a funded account that you lost. And it's me giving you my honest opinion on that. It's like it hurts, but it's totally part of the process. And if you understand the math, you're gonna get back on your feet very quick. You got this. All right, brother. Go look at the 4 hour below. That I don't think it's coming up, bro. No, we gonna I mean, even if it's not gonna come up, I'll just take the loss. You know, it's like I'm not gonna change my analysis. We're going down, bro. I love that. How did you create the blue and gray box? I'm on trading view. I went here on the left. So the brushes, and then went all the way down, and in shapes, I clicked on the rectangle and then left click on my mouse. Did you know that if you held enter, okay, if you hold enter, oh, it's not enter, it's shift. I think it's shift. Let's say you put a gap here and you hold shift. Yeah, if you hold shift, it goes up and down rather than on the side. Like you can size it to the gap and then do this. And same thing for the line. If you want a line to be straight on trading view, you hold shift. I see a lot of people like putting lines like this. Like you can put it straight, clicking on shift. Even here on the trend line, it's like you can put like a very clean trend line. Did not actually know that. What are you talking about exactly? Amos, what streaming software do you use? Do you use StreamYard or anything? I don't even know what we're using. Can't really respond to that question. I'm just answering a I'm just answering a link and we're in. Is I don't do the stream. There's like a producer also that is running stuff on his PC, and so it's a little bit deeper than just me starting the stream on my YouTube channel. No, it's not stream. It's not OBS. Moss, would you recommend building a buffer upon? I think on the select account, if you have a 50K, then anything above 3K is a good buffer. Anything above 3K is a good buffer. OBS that goes through restream. Okay, didn't know that. Now I know something new. Oh my god, this shit is crazy. Okay, we need 14 more likes. Mazbrother, how are you? I'm doing amazing. What about you, Joey? Spurs or Knicks? I don't know. I'm not a New York fan at all. Like I said, I just follow a player, and in those two teams, I don't like any players. Literally, no players. I don't like Jalen Brunson. I don't like Karl Anthony Town. I don't like, I don't really like Wemby. I think he's too tall. I don't like his play style. He's of course he's great. He's gonna be probably the greatest basketball player ever. Do I like his play style? No. I liked, the people I like would be like Stephen Curry, James Harden. Who else? I was a Curry fan for sure. Who else? Oh shit, it's 8:32. Oh shit. You should have told me, Tony. Oh my god. But yeah, guys, it's already time for me to say goodbye. There's 5 likes. We need 5 likes. Come on. Can we get 5 likes in 30 seconds? If we can't get 5 likes in 30 seconds, then we do the giveaway or not. Or we're just gonna do it next time. I didn't even see the time. It's 8:32. Let me see. All right. We're not getting it. I don't think we're getting it. Yeah, 396. All right, guys. Appreciate you so much for that beautiful session. Appreciate every single one of you who were asking questions, you know, being an amazing chat for me. Appreciate you guys. I think we just reached 400 likes. Okay, 417. All right, let me just do it. Okay, so spam the word like right now. Okay, we're gonna do this giveaway in very quick. Okay, but just to let you know, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, for being active in the chat, asking questions. I'm in this trade, currently in a drawdown of $1,000, but I'm holding this trade. My stop loss is going to be at 25. Thinking about adding, I don't think I'm going to add 5. Saw how big the range actually was. Might add 1 or 2 to smooth out the trade, but the stop loss is going to be either at 25 or at 29,000. So I am risking like 2 to 2.5 on that. So yeah, so probably gonna hold this trade overnight. So all right, I am gonna choose the winner in 10 seconds. I'm gonna close my eyes. Going up. 3, 2, 1. Paulo Mota. Paulo Mota, congrats, my brother. You just won a 150K select account. And yeah, pretty much it, guys. Appreciate you guys, and make sure to have the people that won the giveaway, make sure to have your email within your YouTube description. I see you guys tomorrow at the same time. Hopefully this trade plays out within the overnight session. Peace out.